Well, as the show continues on, I'm going to start a series of 7 weeks of visiting all the school districts in Mason County, and I'm starting here at Southside. So I'm at the drop-off now. The kids are in session, and we're going to walk over here and meet the new superintendent, Paul Wieneke. Paul, how are you?
Great.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Uh-huh.
I hear a lot of good things.
Oh, thank you.
So this is where now the majority of the kids for Southside are getting dropped off as we start the school year.
Right.
And how does now the process work from right here?
Well, from here we make sure that when the kids are coming in, that we take temperature checks in their car, and then we get them on their way. Especially on the first day, we made sure that everything was safe just coming in and that they knew where they were going. So almost all of our staff were dedicated to this whole drop-off area to make sure that we could keep traffic moving, but at the same time making sure that we had our health checks going on.
How many kids do you have in the school this year?
We have right now, our enrollment is upward about 189.
Yeah, come on, let's go take a walk. That's great. First year here.
Yes, first year here.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I've had over 40 years of public school experience as an educator. Most of that was in Alaska, 25 years as an elementary teacher and principal. I thought I would retire, but that didn't work so well. When I came down to Washington with my wife to be closer to family, I was picked up right away in Tacoma School District. And I had 5 wonderful years creating a Spanish immersion school, elementary school in Tacoma. And from there, I thought maybe I would retire again, but that didn't work. The state asked for somebody that knew how to help schools change their failing trajectory and make positive impact and changes. So I ran the statewide school improvement tool for 2 years, and that led more to consulting and helping statewide spread a message that all adults should be caring about kids as much as possible. That's my passion, and that's why I've decided to continue with this. So as a consultant, I was able to travel all over the state and help schools in many different areas. I spoke Spanish fluently, so I helped with English language learner populations. And then schools that needed multi-tiered systems of support, I helped that. And then also mentoring principals so they could be better at their craft at understanding data and how data integrates with academic and non-academic success with students. So making sure that we have a learner-focused way of changing our schools and helping kids be better connected and having better achievement.
Southside School District is an interesting one. It's a K-8 into a feeder program. Is this the first time you've been involved with something like that, or?
First time for me in a K-8 feeder.
Okay.
But most of the time as an administrator, I've always had been in good situations where I've had good relationships with my schools as we fed students to middle schools.
So tell me a little bit about now. You're the superintendent, but are you also the principal?
I am not. Originally, the vacancy was posted as possibly a part-time principal, part-time superintendent, and that is the legacy that was in the past here. But with all the work and the increasing demands that we have in communities, the board decided to separate out and have a superintendent and a school administrator.
Okay.
So that's what we have here.
We're on the school grounds now. Class is in session, but it's quiet out here on the play field. How are the days now structured with COVID and all the COVID precautions that need to be taken?
Well, Jeff, we're very organized, that's for sure. We've taken a lot of time at making sure all of our areas are sectioned off so that classroom groups can stay together and play. And we never have more than 3 groups out here at a time. And we have, as you can see, plenty of room to be able to move them into the different areas and different places.
A lot of prep work you had to do through the summer leading up to the first day of school here. And I know it's just been a day or two, but what has the response been from all the parents, the teachers, and the kids? I mean, in that first readout meeting you had after the day yesterday, what'd you learn?
Oh, it's been wonderful. I learned that I can really trust my students and my staff to take as much safety precautions as possible. And we did a lot of instruction up front. I'm very proud of my staff and the example that they've set from the very beginning. And that's obvious because they really, really care about kids, and they've never been defined by their adversity going through that. They've always been defined by their resilience. And I think that models really well with what the kids are going through. So kids were just really happy to see their friends. And there was nobody that had any issues with masks at all. They do really well in the lunchroom when we have them spaced apart. They're eating and then they put their mask back on when they need to talk. So I think the educational piece has been really good through this. And as we go along, I'm feeling really confident that I can trust my people, that they're going to do what they need to do to make sure that we're continuing to be safe. What I can't trust is the virus, and that's what most schools are going through right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really impressed by our community advocacy in standing behind, trying to make this a place where kids can be reconnected again in person, because really that shows how kids grow. We're all social beings.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So on a daily basis, as we walk through the school here, it's kind of cordoned off here. What is this section of the school? What are the grade breakouts?
okay, so our office area is our intermediate school,
Yeah.
and that's grades 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And then here in our primary wing, we have K1 and 2.
That's great.
And then our gym, we have gym classes and we have lunch classes, or lunchtime, I want to say, during that time. So scheduling was really tight to be able to get everybody in and get everybody the right space.
Yeah.
But we had some good days of walking through things with staff. So on first day, there was just absolutely very, very little glitches. They were just minor, just on basically how we were going to get cold lunches down here from the classes.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going out to recess first, and that scheduling actually worked out so much better. And then the kids get all the playing out of them, then they can go in and have their lunch, and they're a whole lot more calm. But I owe everything to my school administrator, who worked through all those plans. She's a mathematician, also former teacher here, science and math, and she calculated all the square footage of the whole areas and the surface area that we have on all our desks. Did the same for the gym, and we've been doing that analysis. We're able to make any changes really cost effective. We didn't have to go out and buy new desks.
Oh, wow.
We just rearranged some of what we had in storage and made sure that our area fit the needs of our kids based on their age.
Let's keep walking back up here now. So I guess, some of the other big questions are now with kind of these mandates that are coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And are you familiar with, or how is Southside going to be checking on the vaccination statuses of people, or with their exemptions, or how does that? Have you been given direction from the state on how that's all going to work here?
We have given direction for the mandate in the sense that we will follow the mandate. It's up to the districts to make sure that we're in compliance with that.
Okay.
The mandate is really everybody wears masks and are vaccinated, and that's 2 layers. Right now, we're treating it like the conversation between individuals and employees is very confidential, and there are HIPAA rules and laws that I really respect, and I want to make sure I have those conversations with the people that can file an exemption, whether it be medical or religious. But those are personal conversations, and I'm having that one-on-one. And I put a statement out to the staff exactly that way, so they all knew that this is the law that we have to follow. I have not received any situation where I didn't think that people would follow through, because I can trust my staff that they really deeply care about kids.
Yeah.
And if exemptions happen, we'll take them one at a time, and we'll move forward with appropriate accommodations. But it's really important to me that we hold that information confidential, so we don't create a divide or a schism.
Sure.
Between us and them. This staff is really unified right now.
Good.
And we're unified under one common belief, and I don't want anything to detract from our belief. And we're here because we believe that all kids are capable of success, and we're the caring adults that control those conditions of success for kids.
And now I want to just kind of clear something up here. So when it comes to the mask mandates, the vaccination mandates, those are not necessarily directed upon and enacted upon by you or the school board. These come from the state, high up, either Office of Superintendent Reichdahl's office or
That's
the
correct.
governor's office, right? You guys in Southside as a super and as a school board don't have any real, you're not the ones that are making these decisions.
We have no purview here. And so our personal beliefs are not applicable here. And when Superintendent Reichtal did do the mandate, he also said the same thing, that his personal beliefs are ancillary to the issue that are going on here. And so, and the board has taken that, that position also, because our hands are tied. We basically just work here under that mandate. That being said, everything that we do, we're going to make sure that we follow through so that our kids are going to be safe.
You know, I'm going to be going around to all the different school districts here in Mason County, and I'm happy to start here at Southside with the new superintendent here. Paul, it was really nice to meet you and talk with you. And as we move through the school year, let's get back up here and let's highlight some of the great advancements here at Southside.
Oh, that's what I love about public relations. When we find the good things that are happening, the community needs to know about it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.